Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the next chapter. Let's start brand new. Go up to the word File. Now, usually when I do File New, I say choose a place. Let me be bold here and recommend a place for you. We are going to be working with some images in this lesson, and the images have a certain size. And if you make your area too small, the image won't fit in the boundaries of the Illustrator document. So if you use the one I use, which is web, profile web, and 960 by 560, and leave everything else alone, you'll be fine. If you make it smaller, the images will be too big. If you make it bigger, that's fine, actually. Let's go ahead and click OK. All right. Now, up to this point in these lessons, in these chapters, if you've been kind of following along like building blocks, we have worked with vectors. You know, we've made them, we've created them, we've played with them, we've massaged them, we've filled them, we've gradients, all kinds of stuff. This time, let's start looking at photographs, because Illustrator is more than capable of working with photos. To get them in, you've got two ways to do it. One is my favorite way. I work on multiple monitors, so I've got stuff on my desktop, like photographs. I can just drag them right in if I want to. But if you don't, you go up to the word File and you select Place. Now, I do have some images for you inside your student files for your working folder in this chapter. So if I go File, Place, you will notice you have these images. These two right here are the ones I'm talking about. You have a JPEG and you have a PSD. 136318728one.jpg. Now down here, you can say Enable All Readable Documents, and that's fine, okay? So everything is available. Down here you have, do you want to link it or do you want to embed it? Now that's an important distinction to make. If you link it, you're saying, give me an FPO for placement only, just a low resolution, easy to work with image inside of Illustrator, but when you print it or do something with it, use the big guy, so link to it. We'll go ahead and just import it in. Do you want to make it a template? Now we can do that later, that's part of a layer, nah, although I do that sometimes. Do you want to show the import options? Go ahead and check that one. Now click Place. Now you have what we call a text gun, and you kind of click your mouse where you want to place the image, but you can move it, of course, after you've placed it. So let's kind of click way up here. Okay, so we have this photograph right here from Stonehenge. Now let's say we've made a mistake, we have the wrong image. I mean, it would be easy to delete this image and start all over again. But let's say the placement of the image is fine, and we just want to put another image in it. So you're using this one as like an FPO. And eventually, you're going to change it to a higher resolution image or something. And so you want to leave this one here, and you want to replace it with something else. So leave it selected. Make sure it's selected. Go back up to the word File and go into Place. Now, inside your student files, you have another image with the same name, but it ends with PSD. Select that one. Okay, Stonehenge again. Now, do you want to link it or embed it? Let's go ahead and embed. Go ahead and turn that off. We don't want a template, but we do want to replace it. That's not on. Go ahead and turn that on. And show import options. Go ahead and turn that one on too and click Place. Now, the options that we have for a PSD, number one are layer comps, and that's a Photoshop thing. We don't have any, so we don't have to worry about that. Down here, we've got convert layers to objects or flatten. We want to convert layers to objects. Do we want to import any hidden layers? I don't want to flatten this thing into a single image. If it had multiple layers in Photoshop, I want to be able to work with them in Illustrator. That's kind of nice. We don't have any slices. Click OK. Now check this out. We have the image, looks really exactly the same, but we also have the copyright down here. Now I added that in Adobe Photoshop in a text layer. If I come over here and pick up my direct selection tool and select that, check that out. That's text. That is editable text in Illustrator that I brought over from Photoshop. So you are more than capable of bringing images into this program, but once they're here, you can work with them, you can mask them, you can do a lot of different things to images, even do some Photoshop stuff to it, as you're going to see in the following lessons.